George, I think we can come to an agreement here, but first...
I'm Batman.
Vice was directed by Adam McKay and stars Christian Bale as the one and only Vice President Dick Cheney. The story follows the life of Dick Cheney from his earliest times working in politics all the way to when he became Vice President to George W. Bush and the impact he had being second in command. Adam McKay was director of The Big Short, which I found to be a pretty good movie, so going into Vice, I had some high hopes. But I did notice critics are split on this film. There are reasons for that. I can understand one side and the other side, but Vice is a good movie, and I think it's one of the best put together films of 2018. It all starts with the acting. Christian Bale as Dick Cheney, his transformation to becoming that character is unbelievable. He looks just like Dick Cheney, nothing like Christian Bale. What they're able to do nowadays with makeup is just mind-blowing, and I can't believe what Christian Bale did, the weight he gained to be Dick Cheney and play that role. I thought Amy Adams gives a very good performance as Lynn Cheney, his wife. Also, Sam Rockwell playing George W. Bush. I think he stole the show here. His performance as George W. Bush was phenomenal. One of the best performances, I think, of the year. He played that character perfectly. What I love about Adam McKay is how his directing style is so refreshing. You don't see directing like this in most movies. It's unorthodox for sure. Making a movie in this type of fashion is something I respect and something I love seeing because it certainly is different. For me though, I think the best aspect of Vice has to be the story of Dick Cheney and how it develops into what it became eventually in the 2000s during George W. Bush's reign as President of the United States and him, Dick Cheney, being Vice President. The movie is carefully crafted, and in the beginning they say they even tried their very best, and it shows in the big screen that they tried really hard. For about 75% of this movie, I was interested. I was invested for about 3/4, and that's because of the directing style, along with the story that Vice tells to its audience, and it's a story that I was very interested in learning more about. However, I do have some minor and bigger flaws with my viewing of Vice. Several times in this movie, Adam McKay aims to be humorous, and the humor sometimes doesn't always hit. The movie does tend to think it's better than it really is, which is not always the case. The movie is good, but it's not nearly as great as it wants to be. You do have some humor, but other times the humor is like, that was not funny. Am I supposed to laugh? I have no idea. Also, somebody like me who's not that big into politics, I wasn't able to follow every single aspect of the story, whereas somebody who really is into politics will probably understand 99% of the entire film. But it does feel like they crammed a bit too much in the span of 2 hours and 12 minutes. I get it. It's hard to make a film like this and to get all the information to come across to you as not being rushed, but to me, it felt like they were going through it so fast that I could not always keep up. Vice is a good movie. I think it's one of Adam McKay's better films and a movie I do think I will be watching several more times in the future. I'm giving Vice a 72%. Hey, I have to give it up to Adam McKay as director for this film. This was a hard movie to put together, but I think he did a pretty good job with doing that, as well as the cast. Everyone in the cast here was really great. I loved, as I said, Sam Rockwell as George W. Bush, and Christian Bale's transformation to becoming Dick Cheney is very memorable. There's a little funny extra scene at the end of this movie too. I recommend you staying for that. It was hilarious. I loved how they added that at the end of Vice. For those of you who also saw Vice, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are of it. Next up is my top 10 best and top 10 worst of the year videos. Hopefully I get both of those out tomorrow on New Year's Eve. I cannot wait. Be very excited for both of those videos. As always, if you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.